of the main tools and techniques used in a lean systems thinking approach is the idea of mapping. And mapping is a technique used to get you as a business owner to truly understand your money-making machine. It's looking at the business at the top level and making sure that it flows systematically with no waste and with effective outputs at every stage. In order to undertake a mapping exercise, we firstly decide what we're going to map, what we're going to look at. And quite often we might say, okay, let's look at the business from files arriving from the client or the customer to when we complete the work. Or even better, when we get paid by the customer or client. Because quite often there can be a significant difference between when you've completed the work to when you actually get paid for the work. And we need to understand that. So what we do, we use a value stream mapping exercise, and we use a particular toolkit consisting of brown paper, very expensive, some post-it notes, pens, and sometimes we also use some sticky tape to stick the map onto the wall. So we lay out the brown paper and we start thinking about how the business is actually working. And we do this with the team, not on the team. And one of the fundamental elements of mapping is to get your people involved as part of the process, not as victims of the process. Their inputs are essential because they understand how they do their work far better than you think you understand how they do their work. So everyone is involved. And the first thing is, you do not do mapping in the boardroom, put the map on the wall and just do it. You have to walk the process. And it's not just about walking the process, it's walking the process with your eyes open and listening and observing and seeing what goes on. And also taking measures, writing things down, and making sure you're picking up every element of how the business functions, how this money-making machine functions. We call this the current state map, or some people call it as is. And as is an absolutely clear term, meaning we are mapping the business as it is, not as it should be. The word should doesn't exist in mapping because people will put things on maps as to how they should be. It can't really be like that. It is what it is, and it's fundamental to mapping that you map it as it is. And once you've completed the map, which can take a few hours, a few days, depending on how much depth you go into, you then start expanding it by putting timescales on and variations in time, which are an eye-opener in themselves, quality issues, etc. on the map, and you start looking for opportunities to improve. With the team, again, everyone is involved. Look for opportunities to do things better. Can something be moved earlier in the process so it doesn't hold things up there, etc., etc. You identify bottlenecks. You can look at non-value added and waste. You're looking for ways to use and apply improvement techniques to ensure that work flows throughout the business. So you can then take some action. You can actually introduce some improvements. Or, as well as introducing the improvements, because you want to get quick wins and you want to add value as soon as possible to your business, the second stage of mapping, and this is more of a design stage, again with your people, is to design the business how you want it to be, or what we call the future state map. So using the current state map as a guide, you then buy some more of this, more brown paper, get some more post-it notes, etc. You then map out your business as you would want it to be in almost the perfect situation, the perfect world. This is how I want our business to be. This is how I want the work to flow. This is how I want customers to be valued and satisfied through the business process. And then when you've done that, you look at the gap, where we are now, where we want to be, and you produce a project plan or you produce actions, and then the key is you take action. Because not to take action, then all you've done is create waste. So just to sum up, you can actually find lots of opportunities to improve from just doing the current state or as is map and do as much as you want to there. The next stage, you can do the to be or future state map and look at the gaps and produce an effective project plan. And you are then effectively designing your business rather than let it evolve over time. You are designing your business with your people.